because you're Adele's son, right?
The matriarch.
The matriarch. Well, Adele Johnson, your mother, is just a fantastic person, and too bad she gave up the Sugar Shack, or was the Maple Sugar Shack, that little cute little restaurant that she in.
Ah, yes. There's a food
Ron
gene.
had.
Yeah, there's a food gene that runs in our family, which you.
Your barbecues are so good.
Yeah, the food gene is.
You were just cutting off that beautiful piece of roast lamb for me, and my cell phone rang, and Peter, my son, had just chopped his leg half off with an axe and was in Lionsgate Hospital, so I put it down, grabbed the family, and a hell-bent ride back to North Vancouver. We got lots of stories, okay. Yeah. Then there was one where you saw Jane, and she was the one that discovered the fire in your house when it was burning down.
Yeah, candles, and it wasn't my house, it was Mom's house, but it was candles and silk flour and
melted through the thing and overrun, and there was a nice fire developing in the carpet. Another 10 minutes, and if she hadn't been this little girl looking for a cat,
yes,
and going where she likely shouldn't have been,
yep,
in the private quarters, you know.
Thank you. She was like, "Where is it?" And then I think Ron's comment at that point was, "Sounds like a fireplace." We don't have a fireplace. Anyways, long story short, the restoration crew, with about 3 days in that and some paint and everything else, there was one table that was destroyed, but Mom was not allowed to have candles at Christmas, or I think for the next Christmas too, but anyways, not anywhere near anything that was flammable. But, you know, so, yeah, Mom has called.
You could have been a statistic.
Well,
Mom could have been a statistic.
Yeah, fire at Christmas is just not a good thing.
How many firefighters were there?
There was
your brother was a volunteer fire captain. Yes,
yeah, captain. I think there might have been one other person there, but you know, we look at these things. Going back to talking about the banks and stuff and making mortgages interest tax deductible. We mortgage architects, and I can't speak for all of my compadres because they're becoming educated in this. One of the thrusts of mortgage architects, where it's applicable for clients, is to make mortgages tax deductible and talk to clients about a mortgage plan. Actually having a defined mortgage plan. So we're going to retire this non-tax deductible debt and create a tax deductible debt so that you can take a 25-year term mortgage, average 6% rate of return, we'd have to figure out what the lines of credit are anyways, and resolve that down so that you've got an asset portfolio and a line of credit, and in about 14 or 15 years, assuming normal market growth.
Same payments.
Same, nothing changed. You're making the same payments, and now in about 14 years from the start of that mortgage, you could sell all your assets, pay your capital gains on that, take the income from that asset portfolio, pay off the balance line of credit, and have zero, nothing, nada, no mortgage, or if you wanted to, let it run for the balance of the 25 years, and we're talking 25 years here, and have close to $1 million in assets.
Yep.
Oh, yes,
extra.
you'll still have the line of credit there.
Extra.
Yeah, extra. Oh, and that's extra over and above the cost.
It's just amazing.
And that's you gotta count in. There's up and down cycles, and things don't move in a nice straight line if I'm going left to right. So they're going to go up and down. But the whole idea with this is most people manage stuff from fear. They buy when the stock is high and they sell when the stock is low, and they don't think long term with a plan.
They buy high hoping to sell higher, and they end up buying high, selling lower. That's out of fear.
Yes.
Because everybody that sold out when the market crashed and everything was desperate last October, as you were talking about, and so on, if they sold out, they're worth half as much as they would be if they just kept the stuff the way they were.
Yep.
But they went to cash, and their cash is king. That was the story. And today the market's back up where it was. And
you look at stuff.
And home sales. Highest home sales last month ever in Canadian history.
Wow.
Who would have believed? Who would have thunk?
And you take in certain market areas, Vancouver and certain other areas are almost back up to their peaks. Matter of fact, East Vancouver in certain pockets is over, 2 or 3% over. So we're seeing stuff back up to there. Out the valley, it's still down, Maple Ridge and those areas. I was at a CMHC presentation recently on the state of the nation with respect to this geographic region. And yeah, we're back up to those, back up. Two things driving that. Our economy is reasonably stable. We haven't lost that many jobs, and low interest rates. So now people are starting to look favorably.
That's right across the country.
Yep. Toronto, as Hossie was saying, selling huge numbers. Like, they didn't know there was a downturn in the economy. Like, I don't know. Did they not notice? There must be outside of the car dealer.
Well, those news announcements were all in English.
Oh. It's west of the east of the Ottawa River. No offense to my French compadres.
Well, no, I was talking about Toronto.
Oh, Toronto.
Because Toronto is all Italian, Portuguese,
Oh, okay.
Greek. I mean, it's...
Could be a lot of other money coming in, but yeah, no, it's